Welcome to Fun is Fundamental. Fun is Fundamental is a podcast for those who realize that the enjoyment of life is about having something deep in our souls which lights our fire. It's for those who maybe have lost that fire and feel like they are missing out on the pleasures of life. In each episode, I will share recent fun activities and focus on why having fun is essential for good health. I'm your host, Alenia, and I invite you to take this journey with me and join the pleasure-seeking movement. Good morning, Mariela. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm very excited to have you here. I I know it puts people on the spot, but I always like to hear from your mouth. Who are you? What do you do?
Well, I'll start off with what I identify as now. I am a mom of a 2.5 toddler. I have 2 dogs. Since having my son, I created my own parenting podcast to provide resources for parents that are constantly on Google. So if you're one of them, my podcast is great for you. But that aside, outside of being a mom, I am also somebody that likes to have fun and take time for myself and take time with my husband and just live life and do the things that I used to be able to do before becoming a mom.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is your son now?
He's 2.5, just started school,
Oh.
Montessori. So it's a little bit it's exciting, but it's also like hard because we've never been apart.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, you've been a stay-at-home mom for his whole life. How has it been for each of you, like the separation, do you think?
I enjoy it. I mean, I don't like being away from him, but I really do enjoy this time. Like right now, he's in school, and normally for me to be able to schedule a podcast, it would take a lot of time with connecting with my in-laws and seeing who can watch him. Whereas now I'm like, oh, I know I have this 3 to 4 hour window 2 days a week. So that has been really nice. Sometimes I take a nap. Sometimes I fold laundry. It's really nice. I can literally just do whatever I want and don't have to think about like what am I going to do with my toddler.
Hmm.
But I miss him and he likes school. He's excited to go to school, but it's also really hard for him when he gets dropped off. If he doesn't cry when he gets dropped off, he definitely becomes very teary-eyed towards the end of his day at school because we're just not used to being away from each other for that long. So it's really good for both of us overall. It's, just getting used to and figuring out what this new schedule is all about and being on a schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually having to be at a place at a certain time as opposed to like it being a little wiggly.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, you could take an hour for breakfast. Like, nope, now we got to leave by 7:45, 8. We got to get to school. So that's really nice. I love routine and schedules, but I haven't had one since being a stay-at-home mom.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense. And what was your reason for starting your podcast, New Mom Talk, correct?
Yes. So I started it out of a need. I was a first-time mom. I was constantly on Googling everything from when should my son be turning to why do my boobs hurt? What's a clogged duct? Anything and everything related to nursing, postpartum recovery, caring for baby, starting solids, when instead of being on the computer trying to figure out these answers, I should have been napping. So I was so exhausted. I was finding contradicting information to support both sides of anything that you are told, like, yes, do this or no, don't do that. And so it was overwhelming. And I thought there just had to be a better way. I actually thought a podcast like this had already existed and it didn't. So I decided to take 3 months to dive in, learn how to become a podcaster and bring experts on to provide the evidence-based answers to all of those burning questions that parents have, especially as first-time parents.
Hmm. That is surprising that it didn't exist before because that's like a big, really big deal in like a lot of women's lives. It's like, how do you navigate this beginning of, raising a little human and taking care of yourself? So it's
Yeah.
really surprising that it didn't exist. I mean, I guess, partly it's like obviously other new moms are probably just like tired and just like, oh, I I don't know what to do, right? Um,
Yeah, you're exhausted. You don't know what to do. And there's so many parenting podcasts, but a lot of them tend to be more personal stories, which is great for connection, but it's hard if you're looking for the answers and you're not able to get them.
sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's also like why some things are really contradictory on, when you're looking up things on Google, because it's like, yeah, uh, for this person, this thing worked, but for this person, this thing worked. And it's like, well, like, that's not necessarily helpful for everyone, right?
Yeah, I'm like, give me the science behind it. Give me the data, like the starting solids. You hear about purees and now you hear about baby-led weaning. And a baby-led weaning is one that's really pushed. And a lot of parents aren't comfortable with that one. I was not. So I just wanted to hear both sides and like why the pros and cons to both. And then let parents decide, like you take what information works for you and serves for you and your family and go from there.
Yeah, definitely. And I know that from the podcast, you've also c- developed this moms group. Do you want to tell me about that?
Yes, so I have Carlsbad Mom Crew recently expanded to add San Diego Mom Crew in the San Diego County area. So the group is also designed to bring parents, moms together with their little ones and connect them with resources. So events will vary. It'll depend on the business that I'm working with, but I've had events such as a pelvic floor PT class where I'll have two pelvic floor therapists come and just talk to moms, teach them moves, talk about the pelvic floor, answer questions. I've had sensory classes for kids to come out and for a business to share what they do. And it's a great way to connect the business with the moms and for them to potentially get clientele that way. I have also expanded to adding what I call mom experiences. So they are just that, experiences with a variety of businesses coming together to provide this 2-hour event for moms, from a fitness class to an additional activity or two. There's a local business that provides food, beverage, dessert, goodie bags with full-size products, raffle prizes. So it's really an experience to connect moms with businesses that they otherwise wouldn't know about. And the idea there is that I want moms to learn about that locally owned business started by another mom, started by another woman, whatever it may be, that if you did a Google search cupcakes, you wouldn't find.
Mm,
So it's just a great way to support one another. And it's also a great way to encourage, growth within the community and businesses in the community.
for sure. I mean, it makes a big difference when you are investing your money straight into your own community as opposed to some, chain store kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, right. That uses ingredients you have no idea what they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been fun. It's a learning experience and it's a great way to support moms through different seasons and again connect them with resources that are locally based, from whether it's a pelvic floor PT, maybe a mobile pediatrician, maybe a reading specialist.
Mm, yeah, definitely. Um, how do you balance all these things? 'Cause you also are a fitness instructor, right? Or you have been.
I have been. Yeah. So prior to becoming a mom, I was a teacher, special ed teacher, but I also taught fitness classes. So I taught everything from Pilates, TRX, you name it. When I was pregnant, I earned my yoga certification. And so once the pandemic hit, I kind of just did things virtually and then decided to not do anything once I became a mom, but I recently earned my prenatal yoga certification so that I could incorporate it in these mom experiences and be able to lead some of those classes myself. And also for my own educational purpose, I want to be able to support moms, especially if I have a parenting podcast that's designated to target moms that are either pregnant or newly postpartum. I want to be able to have that knowledge in the background that I did not have when I had my son, even though I had all of this fitness background. Like I didn't know how to get back into that place that I was before because my body had been cut open. I had a C-section. I didn't have any core strength. So just being able to build that up, and you don't realize that because you're not told what you should do. You're kind of like, okay, you're clear to work out. You could do everything that you did before, which you cannot.
Yeah. You can do everything you
Yeah.
did before. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of I love fitness, working out. That's my self-care. That's my way to just be able to give back to myself. I also love to share that with my son and for him to see that this is part of our life. So I just wanted to continue my education and my knowledge in that, whether it's for my own personal use or be able to share it with moms.
Yeah, definitely. Um, what do you see like being the future of New Mom Talk? Like, is it going to like evolve as your son gets older, or do you want to like really still stick to, it being about new moms and their needs?
So I would like for it to be anywhere from that like pregnancy to that 3-year-old stage because kids change so much. And I think also if we end up having another baby, be able to add that and like the all of the factors that come into play when you add another baby into your life that you don't think about, right, as a new mom. There's so many topics that I haven't even thought about. I always get ideas from listeners and there's constantly new data and science that's coming out. So oftentimes it might be having to redo an episode because now the science has changed in
Mhm.
that topic.
Yeah, what the speed that we're learning things about our bodies and about everything is just like, whoa. It's crazy because it keeps like things just keep changing so much. Yeah.
I know. And it's great that we are able to get the data to support all of that and to say this is what you should be doing. But it's, yeah, wild that it changes so often too.
For sure. Do you think your background in special education and things like that, do you think it helped you to navigate motherhood or anything?
I think it definitely has helped me with a lot of the behaviors that I see with my toddler son. He's a toddler. All toddlers have, the same wants and needs and behaviors. So for me, it's been a lot of like bringing in the tools that I used in the classroom with him to manage and to help him with his behaviors. And I know behavior sounds like such a bad word, and it's not, but it's more of like, for example, when he wants to watch TV, we set a timer. That way he knows exactly how much time he has. It's a visual timer. When it goes off, there's no argument about, well, I still want to watch this or I'm not done. Your timer went off. We agreed on 10 minutes, and that's the 10-minute mark. So that has been really helpful. That's one tool. A lot of the time, we do a lot of options. So we'll give him options to reach our goal. So, for example, with picking up toys, do you want to pick them up by yourself or do you want me to help you pick them up? The end goal is that those toys get picked up. And I'm not going to take no for an answer. And so he has the power to decide how those toys get picked up, regardless, they're getting picked up. And it's either with my help or by himself. So that's a really great tool for us that works with him. We also use a lot of first then. First, you have to eat dinner, and then you can have dessert. So he knows like the order of things.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it really has helped me. That it's, I think sometimes it is hard, but it's been nice that we just have these like very clear guidelines and boundaries with him of this is how we do things in our home. And he responds really well.
Good. Yeah. What do you do for fun with your son?
We have a lot of fun. So we have Disney passes. We go to Disneyland a lot. That's a lot of fun, which is it's so different from going without a toddler. So, I don't get to do the roller coasters as much unless I have my husband or another adult there. But honestly, I think it's more fun than when I used to go by myself and do those things. Just seeing like his face light up and him like enjoy these rides and be a little bit more opinionated about what he wants to do and what he doesn't want to do. I love that. We do a lot of local museums. We go out to the park. We do the safari park or the San Diego Zoo. Beach. We love the beach. So we spend a lot of time at the beach and just taking in that fresh air, the ocean smell. I love the smell of the ocean.
Mhm.
He loves the water. Swim. We do a lot of swimming because he loves the water. And, being that we live right by the ocean, it's very important that he knows how to swim.
Sure.
So we do swim. We do a lot of home art activities. He loves to paint rocks, but we paint with water.
Mm.
So just take a paintbrush and water, and then he paints rocks so we don't have to worry about a mess.
Yeah. When I was a Montessori teacher, we in the summer we used to just like have buckets of water and paintbrushes uh and just have the kids could go and paint the everything in the playground, and they just loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about like, oh no, you can't paint that, or oh, you got it on your clothes. Like it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially at that age, like, later on you can start to introduce things in a contained way.
Yeah, or hopefully he does that at school. Ugh, the paint scares me, but
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he'll, yeah, be doing a lot of art at school, right? How do you find ways to balance all of the pieces of your life?
oh, and all of the things. So, first of all, I would not be able to do it without the help of my husband and my in-laws. That is my village here. If I didn't have school 2 half days a week, then what I normally would do is that nap time is when I get a lot of stuff done. Emails get done either before he's awake. If he's already awake and I didn't get to them, then they either get done during nap time or after bedtime. So I just kind of prioritize like the time that he's awake is the time that I'm with him. I try to schedule things as much as I can as far as any posts for social media. Phone calls I do if we are going to walk to the library or we're going to walk to the park. That's when I schedule a lot of my phone calls or if I'm driving because I don't have to entertain him. I don't have to be interrupted by him or redirect him. He's sitting, he's entertained by just looking at nature, what's going on. So it's really a lot of being mindful of the time management, prioritizing. So I have a list on my phone. I also have like a task list on my email. And that really is a great way for me to be able to make sure that I'm staying up to date and I'm getting things done.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it can be obviously very hard to make sure you're getting everything done, right? Yeah.
Never enough time.
No, no, there's not. What do you do like with your husband and stuff to, sometimes you need adult time, right?
Yeah, we try to do at least one lunch date a month. I say lunch because I'm too tired for dinner, and dinner's busier.
It's true. It is.
I don't want to have to like go and wait for a table. Like, no, I just now that I'm a mom, like I'm not big into crowds. I like space. I like things a little bit more quiet, and I want to be in bed by 8 p.m. So we do a lunch date at least once a month where we'll go out and we'll try to pick a nice place or find like a nice cocktail place and get dressed up and just be able to enjoy the time together. That's been really, really nice. And that's really all that we're able to do. On occasion, we'll try to go out to dinner with friends and have grandparents come over, take care of the little one. So that's really helpful. If we didn't have that, I really don't know how we would do it.
Yeah, I think without having, having a village, right? Those kind of things are like pretty much impossible to balance, I feel like. Yeah.
Yes. You need one, and whether that's friends or a community, like you need to be able to build your village, do trades. Because we don't have a babysitter. I just am not in a place where I can be okay with somebody watching my son unless it's a family member. But I know a lot of people don't have that option. So it's a matter of like making connections, whether it's with a friend and maybe you do trades. Like I watch your son one night, you watch mine, and that way you each get a night off and you trust that person.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, building those connections I is very important, and obviously that's like one of the great things about your mom group, your mom crew, is that it gives people an opportunity to build those connections with others.
Yeah, it really does. And just again, connect them with moms that are in the same stage as they are, moms that are in a slightly different stage, because babies change so rapidly during that 1 to 2 year mark that you just want to be able to ask questions and see like what helped one mom and another mom and just be able to get ideas and see what ends up helping you.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, being able to have your bag of tricks to try, it's like, oh, Carol tried this and Susan tried this. I'm going to give both a try and see what works. And yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
for sure. I like to ask my guests, how do you define fun?
Fun is when you don't have to stress and you can like let go of all of the stresses and be in the moment. So fun doesn't always have to look like this new thing or one thing that you get to do once in a while. Like fun can be going to the beach every week if it means that you really don't have to think about everything that you have to do and you're just enjoying yourself in the present moment. And you can be like, oh my gosh, I love that. I want to do that again. I want to do more often. That's fun, right?
Yeah, definitely. I also like to ask my guests what is their play personality. According to the Institute of Play, there are 8 play personalities. It's the Joker, the kinesthetic, the competitor, the director, the collector, the storyteller, the explorer, and the creative.
I think I'm the kinesthetic. I like to do things with my hands,
For
like
sure.
Play-Doh and
Plato's great.
right, or like the kinetic sand, that kind of stuff, or even just like games that are a little bit more having to do with physical parts, like I guess Monopoly, you actually have to do moves. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like how when we were traveling, like we went to like a couple of arcades, and I'm like, I don't know if I really like playing like arcade games that much, but I love skee ball. I'm like, I'm like, do we have skee ball here? I want to
The,
throw that ball.
yeah, that one is a good one. Because it's like a physical thing that you can actually see and do, and like you're in control of, not like the remote.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like, some of like those old arcade games are like so like out of whack that sometimes you're like, I'm pushing this button, nothing's happening, and you just like get frustrated and you're like, okay, let's do something else.
Yeah. Or figuring out just what each button does.
Yeah, yeah. What is something that is making you happy this week?
Oh, this week, there's more than one, but I think this week the part that has made me happiest was seeing my son get dropped when I dropped him off at school earlier this week, and that it was his third day and the first day that he did not cry when I left. That really like made my heart happy to see that he was starting to get more comfortable in the space.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, that's like such a turning point.
It is like, oh my God, you're growing up.
Yeah. He's making friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just look at something. Oh, I was gonna ask, what are you guys gonna do for Halloween this weekend?
So this weekend we are actually going to a friend's baby shower up in Santa Barbara area. But for actual Halloween, we are going to meet up with a few of the families in our neighborhood, get all of the kids together, and have them go trick-or-treating. So this is going to be his first year actually trick-or-treating. So I'm excited to see how he does. We're just going to do a few houses and then he'll trade all of his candy for something else. So we'll go take it to whether it's one of the dentists or, the different locations that you can donate candy and get him to trade it also for a toy.
Yeah. Yeah. You get something that's not going to, rot your teeth and things like
Exactly.
that. Yeah. What makes you laugh?
Oh, I love like the comedy movies. Like, what's his name? John Ciega? He's like that big wrestler guy.
Oh,
He's in a bunch of hysterical movies. Like movies like that make me laugh. The TV show Friends makes me laugh. Yeah, I just love like funny shows and movies where I can be not think about anything and just crack up at the dumb comedy.
yeah, for sure. Definitely. Do you get a lot of opportunities to watch funny things these days?
We watch on Fridays and Saturdays. That's what we do. Yeah, we watch, pick a movie to watch. And
Nice.
if there's something with him in it, I'm usually like, oh, I know it's going to be a dumb comedy. So yeah, we have to watch that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he does do like ridiculous things. He has like
Yes.
such like a animated face and stuff, that you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I see that. If you could have coffee with anyone, who would it be?
Oh man. I was not prepared for this one. Coffee with anyone. Ooh, I think with the stage in life that I'm in, I would say Dr. Becky. I think she is somebody whose brain I would love to pick. Um, but outside of that, I would probably want to do coffee with like Odessa and just be able to enjoy their music and connect with them. Oh, what else? Yeah. That's a hard one.
Yeah, there's too many people that are like interesting and like that you're like, oh, I'd like to know something about them. And yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know if I have like any big like sports players that I'm like, yeah, I would love to hang out with them. Maybe like their wives more so.
Sure. Yeah. What's your favorite place that you've ever traveled to?
We love Spain. We were
Mm.
just in Spain earlier this month. But that was my second time. We did Madrid, we did Sevilla. That's my absolute favorite place, Sevilla.
Mm. Yeah, sounds nice.
Yeah, it was nice, and it was nice to be able to to take our son and show him a place we love.
Yeah. Was that like the first big trip that you've taken with him since he was born, or have you traveled to other places with him?
No, the first big trip was to London and Paris. So we did that over the summer, and so this was the second big trip overseas. And we plan on doing many more because we love to travel and we want to instill that in him.
Mhm.
But our love and our passion for traveling and food and culture and just learning about different places in the world.
Yeah. Do you have any like tips for traveling with a toddler for people?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is try not to stick to a schedule. Have a great compact stroller and be flexible. I mean, when we travel, we know that we're not going to be doing what we normally would do if we didn't have a toddler. We're not going to museums. We kind of do a lot of parks. We do like fun toy stores. We find fun. If there is a fun kids museum, we'll do something like that. And anytime he naps, we have him just nap in his stroller. We don't are not as sticklers about his nap time or bedtime. And whenever he does take his nap in his stroller, that's when we find a nice restaurant or cocktail place where we can sit down and enjoy a glass of wine. We did that in Paris. It was really nice. Or enjoy like a cocktail with a beautiful view, and then you don't have to worry about trying to entertain a toddler.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. If you could see into the future, how far ahead would you want to see?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. I want to see, but I don't want to see. Like I want to see, you know, my son, like where he decides to go to school, what he decides to major in. I don't know that I would really want to see past college quite yet. I
Sure.
always tell him I'm going to college with him. But just to be able to see like do I feel like I did a good job? Is I like what did I do wrong? Where do I need to make any corrections? That would probably be the biggest reason why. But at the same time, like it's just fun seeing it all as you experience it.
Yeah. Watch it unfold as opposed to like, well, and then like if you see the future, it's like, how much are you going to be second guess everything, right?
Yeah, there's quite a few movies like that. But yeah, right. It's like if you, I don't know, open a Christmas gift that you're not supposed to open, or you you find it, right? And then it's not as exciting when you open it because you already know what's in there.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, oh, why did I ruin this for myself?
Yeah.
I remember one Christmas when I was a kid and like I totally did that. Like I ruined like every single Christmas gift, like surprise.
Oh,
And I'm just like, why did I do that to myself? So I've never snooped again ever since that.
yeah, being surprised is fun.
It is fun. Yeah. What invention has had the greatest impact on human civilization, in your opinion?
Mm. It would either be the internet or, oh, yeah, I want to say the internet because it's opened up the opportunity for us to experience and see so much of the world. It's opened up the opportunity for us to do virtual podcasts or virtual work virtually. You can teach online. You can connect with people in different countries and talk on the phone with them, which you couldn't do before, right? So I'd
Mhm.
say that's probably one of the it's a blessing and a curse.
It is a blessing and a curse, yes. It's brought us closer together and farther apart at the same time.
Yes, yes, that's such a great way to put it.
Yeah. If you could explore the ocean or space, which would you choose?
Oh, the ocean for sure. Love the ocean, love ocean animals. I follow Ocean Ramsey. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she swims with sharks
Mm.
and like is educates people on like sharks and safety and just, you know, removing this idea that they're these evil creatures, sea animals that just are out to get us. So yeah, I love the ocean and I think all sea creatures are beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Even the ones that are really funny looking. There's some sea creatures that you're just like, how did that happen? But it's still just like really cool. You're just like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It just the ocean is just such a beautiful place, like the coral and the different waters and yeah, whales, sea creatures.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm glad that there are people that are doing that kind of work about sharks because I do agree that they're very misunderstood and like get treated so terribly, because of that. So, yeah, I'm glad that she's doing that work. Do you ever remember your dreams?
Sometimes, or I'll remember parts of them.
Sure.
And if I do, I usually try to tell my husband right away. Or
Yeah.
I'll like if somebody was in it, text them, you were in my dream. It was really weird.
Yeah, this random thing happened, and I was like, "Why are we here?" And yeah, dreams are so funny. aren't they?
Yeah.
When's the last time you laughed so hard it hurt?
I would probably say it was not last week because I was sick. So, um, when we were in Spain, so we went to a soccer game, and my son picked up on what soccer players do when they, I'm going to put this in quotes, get hurt. They like fall on the floor and they roll over. And so now all of a sudden, he's only 2.5. He, we're at the park in Madrid and he kicks the ball and just like falls. And all of a sudden he keeps doing that. We're like, where did he get this? Like the only place he's seen this is at the soccer match. Like that's really what he picks up at the soccer match. Like I'm gonna kick the ball, and I'm gonna fall on the floor. Like,
It's
okay.
That's funny, like what a young child will like take away from soccer.
Yeah.
People keep on falling. I guess that's just what you do.
Yes. And so he did that, and then he ended up falling and landing on goose poop. But hey, it's life.
It's yeah, sometimes you land on goose poop. That's life. What do you think your parents would answer if asked what the craziest thing you did as a child was?
Hmm. What is the craziest thing I did as a child? Oh, I don't know what that would be. I know I was the craziest child.
Yeah. There's too many things.
I mean, I think the thing they would say that the craziest thing I've done is that I decided to study abroad randomly. And
Mm.
so I prepared everything and bought my flight. And then I told them, oh, by the way, I'm going to go study abroad. And I leave in a month.
That sounds like what I did when I went to go live in Korea and teach English. I just kind of like set it up and was like, yeah, I'm leaving. Yeah.
It's kind of, nice because then you don't have anybody's input. And like you shouldn't do that or you should go here. It's you decide, you make the decisions all on your own.
Yeah, for sure. What would be your perfect day?
A vacation. Waking up at a resort, warm weather, not having to cook, being able to have delicious food brought over to me, hang out at the beach or the pool, and not have to worry about my son doing anything crazy. And then being able to just relax with my husband and my son,
Yeah.
but
Well, the
also being able
time.
to have my dogs there.
Oh, so yeah, it would have to be a little slightly different kind of vacation because a lot of times you can't take your dogs, unfortunately. Yeah. Um, what's the best gift you've ever received?
Ugh, my husband is really mindful and thoughtful about gifts. So one year he bought me my laptop because I was teaching classes online and I had been using his computer. One year he bought me um, noise canceling headphones because we were traveling to the Dominican Republic. And so he got me just a nice pair of headphones to be able to enjoy the flight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is really nice. It's like I see a need and I just went ahead and helped you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice when someone can like anticipate what is needed.
Yeah, without me asking for it or thinking that I need it.
Yeah. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
That is a good one.
It
Yeah.
is. Lots of cookie dough. Mm.
Yeah, you gotta have like ones with like a lot of chunks of it.
Oh yeah.
Some just they skimp on it and you're like, there's barely any in here.
This is just chocolate chip ice cream or just vanilla ice cream.
Yeah,
No, you gotta have those big chunks.
yeah, definitely. I imagine in San Diego, there's probably a place that makes a really good one.
I have not found. So it's funny that you say that because I feel like a lot of ice cream shops like don't do like the traditional, just like classic flavors. Like everybody's into the crazy flavors.
Yeah, I guess that's actually, yeah, I guess that is pretty true. What I have found, like we have like one of our famous ones is like Molly Moons, and they'll have like strawberry balsamic, like that kind of thing. And you're like, I just want something simple and chocolatey. Yeah.
Yeah. My husband last night got like mango sticky rice, and then my son got some sweet potato one. I'm like, that neither of those sound good. I just want chocolate chip cookie dough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like for me, I almost never want any ice cream that isn't chocolate of some sort.
Yeah, you gotta have some of that. But also things like, I don't know, balsamic or like wasabi or sweet potato, like that does not sound like a dessert.
Yeah. Yeah. What makes you feel luxurious?
Oh, anytime I go to the spa, whether it's a facial or a massage, and then again, I'm able to enjoy the facilities, hang out at the pool or use the gym, the hot tub, the sauna. It's like a whole day of like luxury.
Hmm. Well, yeah, and they set up those places to just be like the most relaxing thing like in the world. You're just like, oh, I needed this so much, right? It's like a big sigh.
Yes. I mean, yeah, if you're able to enjoy all of the amenities, why not?
Yeah, definitely. How about let's do some word association? What do you think of when you think of fire?
Camping.
Forest.
Um, what's the bear's name?
Smokey the Bear or Yogi
Smokey
Bear?
the Bear.
Okay.
Smokey the
I
Bear.
was like,
Okay.
there's a few bears. Let's see. Smokey the Bear. Nice. Yep, only you can prevent forest fires, right? Home.
My husband and my toddler.
Flowers.
Um, Gifts I buy myself for my husband.
Summer.
Oh, the beach, relaxation.
Mm, Cooking.
Something I'd rather go out and have done for me.
Um, Travel.
Ah, fun, excitement, joy, pleasure.
Coffee.
Wake up.
Pineapple.
Ah, my favorite fruit. Actually, speaking of coffee, I'm like, I think I made myself an espresso and I still have to sit on the machine.
I That sounds like something I would do. It's like, let me get all this ready, and then I'm gonna start a call, and then it's cold. Yeah. What did you used to enjoy doing as a kid?
I loved playing with Barbies. And that was my big thing. Barbies, games, board games. I still love board games.
Yeah, those are both really good. What's your favorite food?
Ooh, there's a lot. Pizza is definitely one. I love tacos. I love ramen. I feel like I'm going down the list and picking something from every culture. Uh, French fries. Yeah. I love food. I love to eat.
Yeah. I mean, it's not to love. It's really like one of the great pleasures in life, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's food, good food. It's like, oh, this is so delicious. You're like, yeah, I hear you. What's your favorite animal?
Wild animal or wildlife animal, I'd say an elephant. Domesticated animal, boxer. Boxer dog.
I saw your boxers. You got two of them, right?
Yes.
What are your boxers' names?
I have a 4-year-old named Luca and a 1-year-old named Solana.
Cute. Yeah. When you think of the future, what do you picture? What are your goals and like what are you looking forward to?
Uh, More vacations, being able to, my husband works so hard, so I look forward to him getting to a place where he can balance work and family life and where we can enjoy more time together, being able to spend more time together because right now, me being a stay-at-home mom, I do so much with my son. You know, I'm the one that went to Disneyland with him. So he doesn't get to enjoy as much of those activities with us unless it's a weekend. So I try to, I have so much fun with my son because I want him to explore things that he's not going to be able to do when he starts school full
Mhm.
time and when he's in kindergarten or first grade. But at the same time, we can't do all of those things together because my husband is the breadwinner and he's working and providing for us. So the weekends are when we decide like what's going to be the fun activity to do as a family. So
Yeah,
I look forward to being able to hopefully for him to retire early and we can both retire early.
that'd be great. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have like hopes that you can like maybe like your business could like retire your husband or something like that? Like you could have like this income coming in that like isn't as like intensive, like where you're like this time you have to be doing this, like that kind of thing, where you have like that flexibility.
I would love to be able to have like residual income or just be able to create something that doesn't require my time in order to make income or grow my group a little bit more. And have other moms do what I do with my support. So that's also like another vision. I mean, my husband is super supportive with what I do, and I have ideas, and he has so many great ideas, but a lot of it I do need his help on, which is another hard thing because we don't have a lot of time because he's so busy.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, he works from home, and so we get to see him every day. We don't have to worry about like, oh, he leaves at 6 because he has to drive to work, and then he doesn't get home until 6 p.m. because he has to drive home from work. Like, we're so fortunate that he is here. And so sometimes he can take a break if I'm like, hey, I just need to run out and do A, B, C, and D. He can take a break and hang out with our son while I go do whatever it is I need to do.
That's great. Yeah, one of the great things about the internet and technology, right? It's like,
Exactly.
thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on. Where can the audience find you?
Well, thank you for having me. You can start with my website. That's www.newmomtalk.com. From there, you can link to my Instagram for New Mom Talk Talk. I'm sorry, New Mom Talk podcast. Or if you are in the Southern California area, you can connect to my mom groups at Carlsbad Mom Crew or at San Diego Mom Crew. And yeah, reach out. If you are a new mom, you have an idea for a topic, always looking to connect with moms and provide resources. So I'm only one person, so I obviously didn't experience everything during my first couple of years of parenting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That is the good thing about creating the community is like you get more people to be like, oh, this, can we talk about this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. You have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye.